things, and it didn't work out as well.
It left a few black marks on
it's
the...
horrible. It really is. I'm sorry.
By the way, the alien tape is also reusable, so... Anyway.
I've never seen us do 5 rolls. It's like massive.
Yeah, it's a really cool product. So.
Yeah, but speaking of massive.
Yeah, right, the massive sound.
The massive sound, yes, because what we have is something that has been truly one of our best sellers forever.
And this is the lowest price, I think.
Tsunami of sound.
There it is.
Is coming your way. Gets you moving, but who does music any better than Bose? I ask you. Since 1964, this is their business. It is all about bringing you incredible sound, but incredible sound, I call it the tsunami of sound, in just a tiny little package. Look at how small this is. You cannot believe the sound that comes out of this thing until you get it home, and you have to hear it in person. So what we've done today is one of their top sellers in the history of Bose, which is their Wave. The Wave 4 is a touch system. It has your CD player built in. It also has, in addition to that, an alarm clock built in as well. It is everything you need to play incredible sound, but on top of that, this is the value you have been waiting for. And we know how long you've been waiting for it, because we have not been able to even bring you this since January. So 6 months, we have been waiting to bring this as a today's special. But here's the best part. Because right now, we are in an unprecedented time in terms of inflation and prices going up. Everything we're paying so much more for, except for Bose. The Wave system is actually at the best price that we have been able to offer you. First time under $300 since 2008, I think it's 18 months. In a year and a half, we did not raise the price, we have actually lowered the price to below $300, and we are so proud to be able to bring you truly one of the best quality systems, one of the best sound systems, one of your favorites for years and years, at now one of the best values in the history of HSN. $299.99, 5 flex payments, and free shipping and handling. You either choose it in the Platinum or you choose it in the Espresso, and then you can also choose, I do recommend you do this. This is called the Wavecast. It's a pause system, and what it does, it's this little teeny tiny thing right here, but it turns this system particularly, it will enable you to be able to Bluetooth to this system now. So if you want to hook it up with your phone or your tablet to all of your playlists of music now, you can do it just with this. And you know what? It's $32.95. It is absolutely an incredible buy. Don't miss this, and I will tell you, we're already a third of the way through our quantity on this, so it always sells out early. Grab that early while you're grabbing. Truly one of the best sound systems that is out there, and I say best because my guy Rich has been using this system forever and ever, and he has the whole cut in the walls, do this, whatever. Oh my God, he can never figure out how to turn anything on or off or get it to play, except for this. It's why he said, Alice, can you get me one of these? You know, and I'm like, of course I can. I said, but there's nothing wrong with your other one. That's the problem with these. Aaron Berger finally joining me in the studio.
Your other guy, Aaron, is here, right?
I know.
I mean, I know there's Rich, blah, blah, blah,
Okay.
but hi, it's so good to see you.
It's so good to see you.
I've missed you terribly. We've been good friends for a long time.
I'm actually talking him out of it because I'm like, I don't know why you'd even replace it. This system is such incredible technology, and it lasts and lasts and lasts. An investment so small, under $300. I can't believe that at a time when prices are just doing nothing but going up exponentially.
We are busting inflation at HSN in a way that no one else is doing.
Busters.
And we're doing it on the most iconic Bose item that we have available, probably that anyone has available, though you should know almost no one has this available.
Yeah.
We have it, and they have it at Bose.com, as Alice mentioned, at a much higher price. It is revolutionary sound technology. We'll talk a lot about Dr. Armand Bose and the way in which this Waveguide technology came to us, and that we can now have, and I'm going to just turn this up and listen to it for a minute, the most immersive sound experience. Just listen for a moment. That's only at level 60. It goes to 100. I'm going to turn it up a little bit more. So, there's a reason why. Nearly 200,000 of these have been sold.
Right here.
Right here at HSN. It's been 18 months, as you said, since we've had a value like this on it. And there's also a very specific reason why it sounds the way it does, why it can be this small, why it doesn't have to be an entire system with components and with subwoofers and with tweeters and with all of those things, and can still sound this way. I'm going to introduce my background for like 30 seconds because I want you to know why I feel like I can sit out here and tell you all about sound. Before I was a television host, which I've done here for 15 years, since I was 15 years old, I've been a professional musician. I always tell the story that when the other kids in my neighborhood were babysitting to make a little bit of pocket money, I was playing the piano for wedding receptions and for churches. It was a pretty good deal, actually. I started playing really young, and I've been a musical theater guy and played for churches and theaters and all that my whole life. And so I do know a little bit about sound. I studied it and been involved in music my whole life. I've played with a lot of live groups, and I'll tell you what, there is not an experience I know like playing with other live musicians that comes anywhere near to the actual experience, except being next to a Bose Wave music system. The way in which the Waveguide technology, and I'll talk about that in a few minutes, moves sound, attenuates sound, immerses you in sound, is absolutely unheard of. Also, I'll tell you, 3 times in my career, I've had the opportunity to be involved in venues. A couple were churches, 2 were churches, and 1 was a theater venue, where they put in a new sound system. And the first thing you do, you sit down at a big table, everybody's sweating bullets because it's something you do every 75 years. You know, you don't put in a new sound system every day. And the first question is, are we going to be able to do Bose? Are we going to be able to do the best? Or are we going to have to do, there are other choices. They will not be as good as Bose, but what's our budget going to allow? You don't have to really consider that today. It's not a once in a 100-year thing. It's a couple $100 to get home incredible sound that is, this is the key, so simple to enjoy. You plug it into the wall. You don't have to worry about Wi-Fi. You know, this is a guy that, okay, so for a living, I set up technology, right? The last thing I want to do in my personal time is what you were talking about, you know, Rich, is fool around with anything that's difficult to use. The simplicity of this system, in fact, I'll just take a moment to show you here. Credit card remote. I'm going to just eject this disc just for a second, just to show you how simple, whether you're listening to the AM/FM radio, which is built in, which is an awesome boon. I wake up to NPR pretty much every morning, have a little Terry Gross in the morning, and she sounds amazing on my Bose. Pop in a disc, right? The disc plays itself for you. Turn it up and down right here. You can even, this is a really cool feature, you want to have a little pause or a little stop? A little touch stop? That'll stop it. Want to play it again? Just give it a little touch again. The most beautiful sound, so simply used. You plug it into your wall, nothing to set up AM/FM radio right there, CD player right there, and as you said, I cannot recommend enough the Bluetooth adapter, because that makes this into a smart speaker. So if you love to listen to podcasts, if you want to watch Netflix on your iPad, but hear it in the most extraordinary way, if you want to do Spotify, if you want to do ebooks, all of those things are now at your fingertips too for just a couple extra dollars.
You need this, and,
really
and again, what I want to help you understand is that this is not a separate Bluetooth speaker, okay? This is designed to take this and allow you to Bluetooth your tablet, your phone to this. So all the playlists you have, all the things you want to hear on your phone or your tablet, now plays through this. So when you hear those audiobooks on this, it is a whole different experience, let me tell you. But this is the kind of sound that Bose does and has done for decades. Since 1960-something, Bose does music. They don't do like TVs and that. They do music. That's why they are so known around the world as one of the most exceptional sound systems in the world. But to be able to get this particular system of this size, I'm actually going to, I'm going to see if I can do this, just put it in my lap. I want you to see that this is so darn small. I'd have to unplug it. It weighs 9 pounds. It is so small. But the sound that comes out of it, it is incredible. There's a reason for that. It is patented technology. It's why nobody else has it, because this is patented by Bose. This is not something that so-and-so can do. And when you think about those other systems, I'm telling you, I know what Rich paid for a system on his boat, right? On his boat, that he cannot figure out how to play it. I can't get it to play here, I can't play it. And when it does play, yes, it's nice, but oh my God, it was thousands of dollars. And mostly it's not even, well, it is the money, sorry, but it's the aggravation. This sound is sensational. It is a true tsunami of sound. You hear every note, you hear every little string, you hear every nuance of music. And it's because when you go in, and Aaron, you know this more than anybody else, when you go in to record any kind of music or sound, there's a reason why they have like 100 little knobby things that they're all mixing that music. Right. The subtlety of the mix and the sound all goes down into the recording. But if you don't have a player that can release that, that can take it and recreate that kind of recording experience, that sound system experience, then it's all for naught. Because you're just gonna hear this, nothing.
That's right.
Nothing. Instead, you are gonna have something that is so sensational, guys. I'm just gonna tell you, you need to do this. You need to do it today because we have fought to get this in. We actually were stockpiling these. We got a few more. Let's just save it for today's special. But since 18 months, and you're getting the best price in 18 months. Instead of raising the price, we've taken the price back to what we charged a year and a half ago, for heaven's sakes. And we have charged more for this. We are trying to bring you the most sensational value on truly, quite simply, one of the best sound systems absolutely anywhere.
Yeah, so one of the things about this is, you talked about people artists recording music. The thing about Bose is they bring you the music the way the artist intended you to hear it. Because yes, you're right, there's those incredible sound engineers with ears like you can't believe, do tune the music and adjust the music, but it's a matter of can you hear it the same way later. Now, here's something I want to do. I want to turn this up for a minute, and I'm doing it for a reason. Notice as it gets louder, it doesn't just get louder, it doesn't get louder and distorted, it stays incredibly clear. So right now, this goes up to 100. We're on 40, we're on 50, okay? Sounds good, right?
Which is half of what it can do.
You never need it to be louder than this. But, we got, speaking of boat, we got a little kind of boat rock sound here, right? 75. I've got to tell you, if you have any sort of, as we start to think about fall, and we start to think about Christmas, and we start to think about the holidays, there is nothing like sound that can evoke emotion.
A mood maker, mood changer.
Changes everything. Changes the entire mood of the party, changes the entire mood of the celebration. There is frankly nothing like sound. So as you're thinking about the holidays, as you're thinking about moving forward, if you have, I gotta, tell you this face to face, if you have any big events coming up, and in fact, some really close friends of mine are getting married today. So I'm gonna say congratulations to Hanina, to Z and Lou, and to their families. I hope you guys have a beautiful day. You're getting married halfway across the world. All I can hope is that the music at your party sounds as good as the music would sound when you're using a Bose Wave music system. We hear this over and over in the 1,000+ reviews that we've had on Bose, is that I had a wedding reception, or I had a party, or a birthday party, or whatever. People walked in the door and said, "Where's the band? That band sounds great." And you think, well, yeah, it sounds great because it's the original artist and the original tracks, and it's on a card. And the band is on a card table in the back of the room. It is really that immersive sound, and I want to show you why the sound is that immersive. We're going to run this video for you a couple of times, and I'm going to spend a few minutes. This is important because it's not just, oh gosh, that's cool, it sounds good. There's a reason. It's not just your imagination. There's a reason that it sounds so entirely different, and this is why. Dr. Bose and his team invented a revolutionary patented technology called Waveguide Technology, and it's what allows a system that is so small and that is so compact and goes anywhere and is so simple to use. And we'll play this probably 2 or 3 more times. It's what allows you, it allows the system to have this sort of exceptional sound that would normally be required in something much, much, much larger. I want to show you the video one more time and point out one more thing to you. You notice there's a couple, actually we'll do it 2 more times, it goes by quickly. You notice there's a couple of colors of sound waves coming out. And what that's representative of, the red is the treble, the blue is the moderate tones, and then the purple is the bass. So the red you might think of as, you know, the piccolo in an orchestra, or even the triangle, those kind of things. The blue are those medium sounds and those medium tones like the human voice. There's no sound in the world like the human voice, and this reproduces singing like nothing you've ever heard. The purple is the bass. The bass comes out of the back, and the bass, of course, is really what sort of gives us the structure of music, right? It's what we feel in our hearts. It's what we feel on our skin when music is really touching us. It's what you know, we feel that thump. The bass that comes out of something like this in the past would have had to come out of a subwoofer. You would have had to have a tweeter to have these kind of trebles. And I'm telling you, the mid-range, those beautiful mid sounds, particularly, in fact, there's a little voice. Let's just listen to some voice for just a minute.
I hope that you're gonna stay. There's always a place for you. Close my eyes and I pray. I hope that you're gonna stay.
It's that Waveguide technology.
Yeah.
Those are 2 26-inch Waveguide tubes that attenuate and tune and form the music, Alice, so that it immerses us in sound in a way that literally, this is the only device. Bose is the only device in the world that has this patent, that has this technology, and that's why it's the only device in the world. Bose are the only devices in the world that sound like this.
It's incredible. It's incredible. And you know what's, I think that whatever you're hearing through whatever sound system you have. When you get this home, please just get it home, okay? If you don't love it, send it back. Absolutely send it back. I promise you, somebody else is gonna pick it up. $299.99 is $200 off of our price. Check Bose. Go to Bose.com. See how much they're selling this for. You know why? Because they can. Because they can. Because this system is that good. It is that elevated. It is that different than everything else. I still cannot believe that they can do this in such a small footprint. Just a tiny footprint. Please get the Bluetooth adapter. You want that? You will. It's $32.95. It is absolutely worth it. I'm going to tell you again. We have sold 3,700 already today. This is your moment. We have not been able to do this since January. We've been literally stockpiling these to try and get them together. But what we did with the price is what is so exciting today. Under $300 is a price that we have not been able to bring you since 18 months, a year and a half. And at a time when everything else is elevated in terms of prices, when prices are going up, things are hard to get, we decided to do something very special. Music matters. Music matters in all aspects of our life. It is such a mood changer, mood setter, mood maker. This is that music you can take with you anywhere you want to go. And that's the beauty of it. I have a similar story to you, Aaron. I was in St. Augustine, and my mom wanted to go to a party. We went to this party. It was a big hall, right? Big
Huge.
hall. I walked in. It was an anniversary party. It must have been a couple hundred people there. And I'm looking for the band.
Yeah, where are they?
I'm looking, and frankly,
they're killing it.
It was older people, you know, including myself in that group now, unfortunately.
I felt so young.
But it was older people, and they typically like a band.
Sure.
So I'm looking for the band, and then I look over the fireplace, and there it is.
Wow.
The Bose is there,
Band.
and I was laughing out loud to myself, because I say this all the time. It is a room filler. It is a hall filler. It was, but it's so much better than a band. It's so much better than Close, but not quite.
You're
Oh
right.
my gosh, I wish they hadn't really just killed that song. You know? Where Rich is docked on his boat, and we spent the last month. Oh my gosh, they literally, it's by a wedding venue, outdoors, every night.
Wow.
Monday through Sunday.
A lot of music.
I've listened to wedding music every single night.
bet you.
I've listened to every band.
A lot of La Bamba.
You can imagine. All I want to do is say, Wave, Bose. Have you heard of Bose? Wave? Because
every
with
time.
this, do your playlist, play it, and you get not only the real deal, you get such an elevated sound. The sound that comes out of here, it's not just that you hear the nuances of everything, the specifics of every single instrument. It's that the sound, it's so light. It's like the light lightest, fluffiest cloud that just kind of surrounds you. It's beautiful.
It's because there's no distortion. So, you know, when you think about it, usually if you are listening to something a little bit lighter or a little bit more classical, a little bit more delicate, if the speakers aren't perfect, distortion gets in the way of that light quality really, really fast, right? There is essentially no distortion. It is like having, a few times in my life, I've had and it was an extraordinary experience. I can think of probably 3 or 4 shows I've done in my life where I've got to sing with a live orchestra. And having a live, you know, in your face of 40 musicians, the only thing I can liken to that, because whether it's light, like you said, or whether it's really heavy, so in music we might call that pianissimo, or we might call that forte, no matter what the dynamics of the music are, Bose reproduces it so beautifully. For example, right now it's very, very light. Very, very light. Just even in terms of volume. You don't miss anything.
Yeah, it's not even like when you turn the volume down on TV
like,
sometimes or whatever, and I can't understand. I understand every word. I hear every instrument.
Yeah.
Even at these low levels, it's the way that the sound again is opened, is released from the recording, which in the recording studio, that's what they do with all those knobs. They put all these layers of music and then every other way we play it, compress it,
That's exactly
flattens
right.
it.
Right.
This allows it to open up and expand.
The way the artist intended you to hear it is what you hear over and over again when you read reviews, professional reviews of Bose sound, is Bose reproduces music the way the artist intended. I'll tell you just a very, very quick story, then we're gonna watch the famous candle demo.
Okay, good.
And the quick story is,
I love
so
that.
how did this all come about? So Dr. Armand Bose was a student at MIT, later became a professor at MIT. This was years ago, late 60s, I think. And was living in a dorm room, went and bought basically a clock radio for his house and brought it home and listened to it and thought, that sounds like terrible. And he said, you know what? I can do a better job. And so he spent the next 14 years developing waveguide technology. He and his colleagues at MIT, as I said, he went on to win all sorts of invention awards. This is the guy, of course, who invented sound canceling earbuds. When you think of Bose, that's what you think of. That's the guy who invented the sound that you're listening to right now. The reason it sounds different than anything else is because of the revolutionary, patented waveguide technology. And I know someone who wants to tell you all about that right now. So we'll listen to him for a minute, tell you all about it. We'll take a listen, we'll take a look, and then Alice and I will see you on the other side of this video. What is sound? Sound is air in motion. And what we've set up here is a great way for you to not only hear sound, but also to see sound. Here's how we're gonna do it. These are the speakers that are inside the Bose Wave music system. So when I take these speakers and put them in front of these candles, well, you'll see exactly what happens. And then we're gonna change things up. Then we're gonna take the magic. The magic inside the Bose Wave music system is the Waveguide technology. And this is the Waveguide technology. This is nearly 5 feet of tubing that's inside your Wave music system. It turns and moves inside that very compact, very modern system, but it changes the sound because it resonates and it echoes and it amplifies inside these chambers. So let me show you, you'll see for yourself the difference. Let's add a little bit of music. I gotta tell you, that never gets old because you can see the Bose technology at work. That's why everybody loves the Bose Wave music system. That's why it fills your room with sound in a way that nothing else does. Because that waveguide technology changes everything. Again, sound is just air and movement, but that air can move in lots of different ways. And at Bose, we make it move in a way that's very, very special.
I love that demo.
I was just gonna say, I don't know how many times we've seen that demo. Every time I see it, it blows me away, so to speak. But it does. I mean, it's so shocking. I've never seen a demonstration like that on any sound system, or many demos of any kind that are really quite that dramatic.
You won't see another demo like that on another sound system because this is the only one that has the Bose Wave. Not to be a smarty, but this is the only one that has that waveguide technology.
Show off.
And that waveguide technology, my dear, you're listening, right? That's what what changes everything. I mean, that's why the candles blow out. That's why we don't just hear the music. we really feel the music. We're immersed in it. I will point out something here. We've been talking a lot about the Wavecast Bluetooth receiver that you can add additionally. Right now, I am playing, and I'll just show you, I'm gonna just pause on my phone. I am playing music from my phone, so you could play your Spotify lists, or you could play NPR, you could play your Audible books, you could play any of the music. And with the new, this is the new Wavecast, couple of just quick things about it. It has an amplifier in it, so in the past, you haven't been able to turn up the music quite as loud through Bluetooth. You can get a really good, I'm not even up all the way
gosh,
there,
no.
plenty of loud. You're also able to, in fact, too loud, you're also able to connect to two devices at a time. So you and your honey can both have your phones or a phone and a tablet or whatever attached. So you can go back and forth between whose favorite music you're listening to.
You know what's a fun game to do as a group is to pass a phone and...
We call it playing DJ.
Right. It's like, well, everybody gets to pick their own song or own favorite song and go around the group.
That's
just to
super
like,
fun.
Yeah, it is.
To share it. It's interesting. What I want to do though right now, because you know, I actually requested to play this song.
She said, Vivaldi, please.
Because when you go to a concert hall, the reason you go to a concert hall to hear a symphony or any kind of music is because they've spent hundreds of thousands of dollars creating that environment so you can best hear that music. So now, bringing that environment into your home is the price of one ticket, okay? Price of going to one ticket.
Interesting point.
And now I have that concert hall experience in my home. It is so sensational. And I think if we could just, I just want to crank it for a minute and listen to, my dad played the violins. Listen to the strings. Okay, turn it up some more. Look at that. Woo. Any distortion at all?
No, and that's using the Bluetooth receiver too, I'll point out.
Wow. It's so crisp. It's amazing.
Okay, one more. So that's Alice's favorite.
Just incredible.
We are playing
When you
DJ.
hear it, I think that music is so beautiful. You know what I really want to play is Andrea Bocelli. I've been obsessed with Andrea Bocelli. You play it on this, I guarantee you will be crying. You'll just be crying like a baby.
You do feel the music, like you said.
The voice reproduction, to your point. I mean, it reproduces everything beautifully, but the way this reproduces the human voice, this is one of my, Carmen is my favorite opera. So I thought, just for 1 second here, because we were sort of listening to the treble and to the strings,
Right.
This is pretty bassy. And you might have noticed I put in a CD here. The
kettle,
timpani.
yeah.
The timpani. And then French horn. French horn is the instrument that is most like the human voice. Just a little tidbit for you that many people believe that. So you hear sort of that warmth and that mellowness of the mid-range. So, anyway, whatever, you know, one of the great things about it is, what is it that you love to listen to? If you love electronic dance music, if you love boat music, if you love Broadway, like I love, if you love classical sounds, no matter what you listen to, it just reproduces such a variety of ranges so well. And again, as you increase in volume, there is no distortion.
It's amazing.
And an incredible amount of sound that comes out, thanks, as always, to the Waveguide technology.
Incredible. And this price, it almost is incomprehensible to get something of this kind of quality. This is so meaningful in your home. And this is not a room-filling sound, it's a home-filling sound. This will fill up your entire home. Any hall you want to do. I mean, $299.99. We have not been able to bring this to you 18 months. We have taken the price down to our lowest level. And we have free shipping, we have 5 flex payments. I mean, oh my God, right?
I mean, I'm speechless. I mean, when you just really hear music like that, you feel like you're in one of the auditoriums, you know, like the Straz, and I mean, yeah.
March of the Troubadour, is that?
Tem
What
de
is-
Teodoro.
Oh.
The theme of the Toradora, what's the word? The
Yeah.
bullfighter.
Yeah.
Okay.
That's the scene in Carmen.
In Carmen, okay.
Yeah.
I haven't seen that show.
Yeah, Bizet. We had to watch it in French class when I was in a sophomore in high school. And,
Wow.
Known it ever since then for some reason. Many of the themes are famous. You know, you hear them over and over again. When I think, in fact, I'm going to pop in another CD here, and I'll show you again. Kind of gives me a chance to remind you. It's just so simple to use. So I'm using the little credit card remote. You can play, play, pause, fast forward, eject, all of those sorts of things, of course. Also, there's built-in alarms, and in fact, there's not just one built-in alarm. There are two built-in alarms, and that means that you can have two things set. You can have two alarms set, so if you wake up at one time and your honey wakes up at a different time, that's pretty cool. Another thing that I think is really cool, I'm gonna just fast forward this a little bit. Another, I've got it upside down. Another thing that I think is really cool is that this has a 48-hour backup on it. So if, especially, we think about this in Florida, as we go into hurricane season, we think about, losing power and those sort of things. You don't have to worry about that so much. Even if you lose power, you're still gonna get your wake-up call in the morning because it has a 48-hour battery backup. I also wanted to do this for a minute. The time of the year, I think, probably that most we all associate with sound. I mean, it changes the mood in my house all year long. I'm sure it does in yours. But when we think about the holidays, and you think about getting ready for your holiday parties and all of those sort of things, we don't, I'll say this, it's been, as Alice had said, it's been 18 months since we've been able to do a Bose Wave music system at this sort of value. We have done one other time, but it had to be more expensive than this. We don't know when we'll do one again. I will tell you this. Getting the parts for them is incredibly difficult. So difficult that, in fact, you can only find them here at our channels, HSN and QVC, and at Bose.com. The CD players are incredibly difficult to source. The AM/FM radios are incredibly difficult to source. And if they're not the very best in the world, the highest quality, Bose won't use them. They won't put them in their systems. So I would think of this as a today's special to buy for the holidays. Moving into it for someone who has everything. If they don't have one of these, and just sorry, one more thing. We take a lot of calls during Bose Wave Music hours because so many people have owned this, and I've taken incredible calls of people saying, "My grandmother had this in her house," or "When she passed, it came to me. It came to my house." It is almost, not almost. It is an heirloom quality piece.
Yes.
Because of its construction, because of how well it's built.
That's why I said, Rich is like, you're selling the Bose. I think I want another one. I'm like, yours works.
Yours is perfect. Yeah.
It's still working.
Great
I think he's
problem
had
to
it
have.
10 years. It still works as great as the day he got it. I may buy him another one just for.
Well, I
maybe
just
put
came
on
to
the
show
boat.
you because I, just having been here for a few minutes, I just ordered it. I did.
Good.
I'm like, I've been wanting it for so long.
Yeah.
I just did it.
Good for you.
Yeah,
Good for
I mean,
you.
I think it's one thing to hear over the, airwaves, but when you're here,
It's such a different in-person experience. It's just.
it's
so
amazing.
different.
I have goosebumps still. I mean, it's really, it's powerful.
It's a really
my
good
gosh.
point because what you're hearing at home, I hope it sounds good, but whatever you're hearing is still coming through your television speakers, right? So it's only as good as your TV speakers, or maybe you're watching on a computer or on your smartphone. It doesn't sound like this, And if you have CDs that you listen to on your computer, you listen through your computer sound system, for goodness sake, it simply doesn't sound like this. Let me go through the features again. We're in our last, 6 minutes or so. We'll do a quick features overview. We'll look at the
See you in a bit.
Waveguide Technology again. Bye, Cal. But let's take a look at the features now. Bose Wave Music System 4, the latest one, found only here and at Bose.com. It's that Waveguide Technology that connects to speakers and delivers sounds and performance, obviously just well beyond its size. It's sleek, it's compact, you can put it anywhere. Weighs only 9 pounds. Touch-top controls, you saw that a few moments ago, so easy access to turn it on and off. A front-loading CD player, built-in AM/FM radio with 12 presets. I love NPR. I listen to All Things Considered almost every morning. That auxiliary input is great, particularly for most of you today who are picking up the really inexpensive and really high-quality Bluetooth adapter. If you pick up the Bluetooth adapter, this is your smart speaker now too. So anywhere you go that's got a plug, you've got your Spotify, and you've got your Pandora, and you've got your audio books, and you've got, if you're watching something on your your iPad or your tablet or your phone, you've got this incredible sound that goes along with the incredible visual. I'll give Alice a moment to update all of you guys, and then we'll spend a moment talking about the Waveguide technology. We'll look at the Waveguide video, and then if we have time, maybe even the candle demo video just one more time.
Oh, I would love to do that. It just never gets old. It's incredible to be able to offer you this kind of technology. One of the biggest names, not just in this country, around the world is Bose when it comes to sound. But this is their star. This is their superstar. This is the one that we have sold over 200,000 of these in the past few years. But you're getting it today at truly one of the best prices we have ever been able to give you. It has been 18 months since we have been able to offer this under $300 at a time when everything is harder to get, when everything is more expensive. We are taking this price back. We have rolled the price back, so to speak, to a price that we offered you a year and a half ago. On your flex payment, $60. Just get it home. Exactly what Callie was talking about. Just get it home and listen to it. It is anything you're hearing right now. I promise you, it is going to be so elevated when you hear it in person. But we're going to show you why it sounds so different in person. And it is just unlike anything. I'm always so proud to offer this because
same.
I know that when you get this home, it's going to exceed your expectations. This is going to blow you away.
As a musician, I mean, I'm proud to offer a lot of the things I offer, everything I offer at HSM, but as a musician, there is nothing quite as exciting to me as bringing a little bit of joy through music to people's homes, and I'm just so confident that this will do it. One of the reasons it sounds so different, as I've mentioned, is because there's patented technology in here developed by Dr. Armand Bose. I should mention, by the way, Callie was talking about having this sound earlier in venues and those sort of things. The Sistine Chapel uses Bose, right? So, you know,
NFL,
one of the NFL, you see the guys with the headphones, those are Bose headphones. People that go to the moon, the astronauts, use Bose technology. Madison Square Gardens, you know, one of the most popular music venues in the world, they could use any sound systems they want. They use Bose. They use Bose sound. Waveguide technology is what brings that sound to you. Here's how Waveguide technology works. Inside this, the reason it can be so compact, so small, weigh only about 9 pounds, only about 16 inches wide, about 8 inches deep, 4 inches tall, is because inside there's almost 5 feet of tubing. There's two 26-inch waveguide tubes, and what those do is they move the sound in a way that would normally be required. You would normally have to have a much, much larger, much more expensive, much more complicated system. So what you see coming out, the red is the treble, the blue are those medium tones, like I said earlier, the voice tones. If you love vocal music, Callie mentioned Andrea Bocelli, or maybe Alice did earlier. The vocal tones are out of this world. The purple that you saw, that's the bass emanating from the back and really filling the room that you won't believe from a device that's this size. That's Waveguide technology. We have one other way to show it to you, and we're going to do that really quickly. We have a demonstration that not only lets you hear, but lets you see how it's not just the speakers, it's actually the Waveguide technology that changes the way you hear and you feel the sound. We'll take a quick look and a quick listen, and then we'll be right back. What is sound? Sound is air in motion. And what we've set up here is a great way for you to not only hear sound, but also to see sound. Here's how we're going to do it. These are the speakers that are inside the Bose Wave music system. So when I take these speakers and put them in front of these candles, well, you'll see exactly what happens. And then we're going to change things up. Then we're going to take the magic. The magic inside the Bose Wave music system is the Waveguide technology. And this is the Waveguide technology. This is nearly 5 feet of tubing that's inside your Wave music system. It turns and moves inside that very compact, very modern system, but it changes the sound because it resonates and it echoes and it amplifies inside these chambers. So let me show you. You'll see for yourself the difference. Let's add a little bit of music. I gotta tell you, that never gets old because you can see the Bose technology at work. That's why everybody loves the Bose Wave music system. That's why it fills your room with sound in a way that nothing else does. Because that Waveguide technology changes everything. Again, sound is just air and movement, but that air can move in lots of different ways. And at Bose, we make it move in a way that's very, very special.
And right now, surpassing 4,000 ordered already on the day. We have it in platinum, we have it espresso for the moment. Don't miss this opportunity. You could miss it for the rest of the year. We have no idea if we're going to be able to get any more of these back in stock at this point, but it has taken us it's taken us since January to even bring this to you. But it's been 18 months since we could bring it to you at this price point under $300. So just go ahead and do it today. And then if you don't love it, like I said, you have 30 days. You are welcome to send it back. But once it's not hearing it, it's an experience. When you turn on your Bose, it is so simple. It is the biggest sound. It is just reminiscent of a sound studio or a concert hall. I can say I don't know how they do it. I see how they do it. Sure. I don't understand the technology necessarily, but boy, do I believe in it.
It took people from MIT 14 years to develop it, so we'll probably never fully understand it. You need a basic idea of the waveguide, that's okay. But what you'll know is that it sounds entirely different than anything you've ever heard coming out of something this size. It's why it's so popular. It's why it's so well beloved. Congratulations if you're picking it up today. It'll change the sound in your home, that's for sure.
And this is for year after year after year after year after year. I mean, it's just, it lasts so long. That technology is incredible. So
it was really good to be back with you.
Thank you
so much. Thank you so much.
If you could, before you go,